This is Rick with Cybersecurity and IT Professional Podcast, where industry leaders share their insights. It is 6 questions in 9 minutes because hackers never sleep. So let's get to it. Spencer, question number 1. In a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, Rick. I'm Spencer Sullivan. I'm the Director of Training and Development at BluVector. It's a cybersecurity company focused on advanced threat detection.
Nice. Question number 2. What's the best thing about being a cyber professional?
I think the best part of being a cyber professional is that you're relevant. So let me wind the clock back a bit. Let's say you are in the oil or steel industry at the end of the 19th century. It's safe to say that you had a long runway and had a job with a clear connection to the world around you. The same goes for cybersecurity today. The reality of the world is that we are increasingly occupying a space that is digital, and the possibilities there are almost limitless. What we're seeing is there's a proliferation of very creative, well-funded, and increasingly bold cyber-enabled criminals, likes of which we haven't seen since the rise of narco-terrorism in the later 20th century. If you are a cybersecurity professional, you're a part of that fight, and you're part of the world around you.
That's a great answer. Question number 3. I hear from other industry leaders that cybersecurity is a top concern. What does that mean to you?
Well, first, I agree. Cybersecurity is a top concern, but for me, it's more of a people and education element than a technology one. I think most people's minds go to intrusion detection or prevention measures when they hear the term cybersecurity. But the overwhelming majority of attacks aren't nation state built penetration tools. They're simple social exploits. They're phishing emails or ransomware attacks where the vulnerability isn't the system, but it's the end user themselves. It's the nurse working another double shift who's too tired to scrutinize every email to determine if it's a sophisticated phishing attempt. It's the exasperated customer service rep who's duped into giving away somebody else's credentials. Or it's the busy consultant who plugs their work computer into their compromised home network without a VPN and has sensitive customer data on their laptop. Cybersecurity should definitely be a top concern for industry leaders, but I think it's equally important that they're thinking through what that actually means and invest their time and resources accordingly.
It's a great point. I mean, the numbers are there to prove that it's the human element that's actually the cause of many of the breaches. So great response there. Question number 4. What piece of insight do you want to share with other cyber experts?
Other cyber experts. So beyond what I just described about it being more the human and social element than actual technology element, I'd say that there's a huge gulf between the education and level of expertise of cyber professionals and the general population. There's this pandemic of people trying to show off how smart they are to each other at conferences, during showcases, in articles, etc. But they'll have they being the cyber professionals, they'll have greater impact on the community and the world at large if they focused on how to translate nerd speak into actual human speak and get the everyday computer user to understand the importance of good and smarter cyber hygiene.
Translating nerd is a key to success.
Yes,
Question number 5. What other successful cyber professionals like yourself would you like to acknowledge that should be on our podcast?
I have to call out Micah Zenko. Micah and I worked together to create behavior and team-based cyber incident response simulations for the Secret Service and a large major healthcare company. He's also the author of the book, Red Team, How to Succeed by Thinking Like the Enemy. Really nice guy, very articulate and a deep thinker. And he has a lot to say about cybersecurity in particular.
I'm gonna have to read the book. Thank you for that. Question number 6, and the final question. What is your favorite piece of retro technology that just simply makes you smile?
I love the original gray Game Boy. So I still have mine from 1993. I remember being in the store with my mom and my brother really wanted it. He's like, I want to buy this Game Boy. And so she finally bought it. Mine, though, I still have that same one. The contrast is terrible. It barely works. But it reminds me of the hundreds of hours that my brother and I spent playing Mario or Tetris on that thing in the early 90s when we were kids. So
Dr. Mario, and then it was Bird versus Jordan for me. It was a one-on-one basketball game was mine. So, yeah. Well, you did it, Spencer. 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best know when to be concise and when to end. Spencer, what's your website?
BluVector.io.
Perfect. Well, you have about 3 minutes left. If there's anything else you want to share with the community, it can be about you, your company, just anything. Go.
Let's see. I'll come back to the human element thing. Cybersecurity is, I think, a misunderstood industry outside of the industry itself. People know that they need cybersecurity or that it is a good thing, but they don't really understand what that means. And they think that they have to be an electrical engineer or know how to code in order to understand the industry or be a part of the industry. And nothing could be further from the truth. My background, I'm an Army veteran. I was in distribution and then I was a management consultant. And all of those experiences gave me the background to occupy this role, which is the head of training. And so I help people within the cybersecurity profession to be better professionals in a variety of realms, as well as to how to present and train other people well. So there's a lot of inroads. And then on the other side, the cyber hygiene side, those are just people, and they're interacting with cyberspace as well. So we need to be able to train them and give them the tools to be successful.
Nice. Well, thank you for your service. I definitely appreciate that. Everyone remember that it's also Movember. So for those of you that aren't growing something crazy, you should start. And it was epic having you on. Make sure you check out more episodes and insights from Short Arm Solutions Cybersecurity and IT Professional Podcast. My name is Rick Mishka. Stay awesome, my friends.